Hi, my name is Barrett Burgin, and I am the writer and director of the short film Father of Man. Um, in regards to what inspired me to make this particular film, I actually typically like to do thrillers, sci-fi, dark, kind of psychological horror or thriller, and so I wanted to try something a little bit different. This is actually my senior capstone film from my undergraduate uh, time in film school, and I sort of wanted to push myself and wondered, is it possible for me to make kind of a universal, accessible, spiritual family drama? It's the complete opposite of what I would typically make. And so, yeah, that was a big reason why I decided to make something maybe as gentle and as relationship driven as Father of Man. Also, though, there's a personal element to it. I've noticed that loved ones in my life, certain loved ones in my life, have had a particularly rough time when somebody close to them passes away and there's unsaid things that need to be resolved, an unresolved tension. I think it's always better to talk to somebody and to communicate and to make sure you're on the same page than to let deep frustrations fester or go unresolved, because if one of those people dies or passes away, then there is this sense of, I never got to say such and such. And in this particular case, it's a father and son, and this son feels really frustrated at the way that his dad was so hard on him. And I've seen that happen to some people close to me in my life. And so this was sort of my way of exploring that and wondering, well, what if you what if you still could connect, and what would sort of a catharsis or a redemption look like between family members who are, diametrically opposed on certain things, or who haven't treated each other the best. As far as some of the challenges and obstacles, hurdles that we faced in making this film, it is a student film, and so we had to follow very particular guidelines and rules in making it that the film program had set up, and some of those that they're really useful. They taught us, to not kind of take shortcuts, but to go through all the hurdles and hoops that you would in the industry. And one of those was filming on the salt flats. I wanted this afterlife kind of otherworldly experience to be on the Utah Bonneville salt flats, which fill up with water and kind of look like this glassy sea. But in order to shoot there, we had to pay for the location and work with the Bureau of Land Management, and we could just pick one day to go up and shoot, and months in advance. And so we picked a day and just hoped that the conditions would be right. I wanted it to be flooded, so it would be kind of reflective, and we couldn't have any wind. So we monitored it every day with a little camera that they have up there at the salt flats, and we just went up kind of in blind faith, hoping it would work. And sure enough, we seemed to have picked the perfect day because there wasn't any wind. It was flooded, and I'm really happy with the shots that we got there, kind of in this spirit world setting. As far as my goals or hopes for where this film goes, I don't plan to turn it into any kind of feature. I want it to just stay a heartfelt little short that I hope people will watch in the film festivals that I've been putting it into, but also I'll just post it publicly when we're done. I really especially hope it will be something that will inspire love and kindness and forgiveness. We live in a really interesting time right now with, especially over the past few years, the amount of tension, political tension, social tension, frustration. It's divided friends and family members, and I hope this will be a piece that will inspire putting people before anything else, especially our loved ones. It will. I want it to inspire, especially divides between children and parents, that we can come together and recognize each other and validate and understand each other as people. I hope you enjoy the film. I'm especially grateful for this opportunity for the FFTG Awards, and I look forward to seeing the other great work that's in the festival.